lawyer, but from my understanding, if you get found responsible, for example, a murder or someone's death,
Right.
criminally, you can be found not guilty, and you're not going to prison, you're not serving any time, probation, nothing like that.
Right.
But civilly, they can say, all right, civilly, you're responsible for that. Now we don't have the concrete evidence to say you done it and prove it
Yeah.
in the criminal side of things, but civilly, you're responsible. So that's why all of his stuff was then repossessed, taken, auctioned off, and then the money was sent to
The family.
the Brown Simpson family.
I don't understand. Like, how is
Okay,
that
well,
okay?
It's not okay. It's no different than what I think it was like '99. The government was actually found civilly responsible for the killing of Dr. King.
Right.
So there's no admission of guilt, and for the government or anyone else to say, I did this.
Hush money.
But civilly, they paid off the King family.
Say it ain't so.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
Get out of here. Okay.
Which is a lot of people don't know that you can be found civilly responsible for
not know
something
that at
and
all.
criminally not responsible, and you don't serve time, but you're going to be paying some money to somebody.
And we're live on Facebook.
Welcome to Empty Tumbler Project. What's up, Tumblers? We have my man, Phillip Smyre,
Hello, everybody.
the pretty boy,
I just want to say, this is the sexiest black man I've ever met.
Come on now.
I'm just gonna,
offended. I am so
I'm just gonna
offended.
put it out there. Look at that. See
Sitting
that
beside
beautiful.
this
Look at that
piece
beautiful
of
smile,
chocolate right
ladies.
here. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? We got caramel and chocolate in the house. You know what I mean? All shades. White chocolate. It's all good.
White chocolate. I got your white chocolate, buddy.
But Mr. Smart is, or are you still currently modeling?
I do still do some modeling.
So he is currently a model. We get big time.
Not full time. I do it on the side, just something here and there. But been in the game since about 17 years old.
That's crazy.
So it's been a little minute.
See, I'm gonna go ahead and say I call that wildly successful. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you can go to the point to where you're not doing a 9 to 5 or a regular job for like a span of years, where modeling, putting on clothes, walking on the runway, and coming back, it's your main source of income. You fucking made it, bro.
It was. I mean, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I could say time of my life. I'll give it that. Met some amazing people. Great connections, done things that I've only dreamed of, the things I've only seen on TV that, never I thought would be a reality. So,
Like, what stuff you seen on TV?
I mean, whenever you see stuff, especially on these reality TV shows and people think, oh my God, that's amazing. I would love to be able to do that. I never thought that'd be possible. How would that feel? And you see stuff like that and you see it. If you've never been involved in it, you think it's the most amazing thing ever. So being able to live just a little bit of that is just amazing.
That shit is crazy.
So it was great, man. Still, like I said, still doing it. Still have a lot of good connections. Still got a lot of friendships in the industry, and been able to, I guess you could say, parlay that into other things and other opportunities that I'm working on now. So yeah, it was just an amazing thing to be able to come from small town of Harmony.
From Harmony.
Yeah, from Harmony.
From Harmony.
Yep.
Local.
Shout out to Harmony, North Carolina. Love it. Absolutely. And then go to somewhere like New York City, Hollywood, California, Miami. Spent some time overseas, Italy. Spent some time in Canada. So, I mean, it was great. And, again, just time of life.
You traveling out here. Like, okay, you said Italy, Canada, all around the U.S. So you traveling like for real. So like, you got more experience than most people who say that. Oh, everything's the best here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got way more experience. So what's
I used to say
up?
that.
What's up? Oh, we winning out here. I think we winning. I ain't never been nowhere, but I think we winning. You know what I'm saying? Is we winning?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like traveling's great. I mean, I've traveled a lot, both with that and both with the old profession I had. So it's about perspective, man. In my opinion, you can say the best is anywhere you think is the best. So if you feel like this place has the best women, it's got the best women.
See,
if you feel like this place has the best food, it's got the best food.
We get
because
the PC answer. I want to know. That's not Give me the
all right.
Phillip Smyre
Ask a question.
best.
Ask a question. Best of what?
Best of all, overall living situation, comfort.
What was the best experience you had while on the road?
Best experience.
Top two.
And where was you at?
Oh, let me think. I mean, obviously, I got to give to New York because that's where I spent the most of my time.
USA.
I love New York. It's a beautiful place, beautiful people. It's a utopia, you know? I mean, nowhere in America, in my opinion, are you going to go and see so many different people from so many walks of life in the same place.
Yeah.
And be able to experience all these different cultures.
Right.
You know, you got people from the Midwest, you got people from the South, you got people from, farther up north in New York. Obviously on into Canada, you got people from way out in the West Coast. You got people from all these other different countries, and all this culture is right here in one place.
And everybody's on the hustle trying to make it.
Yeah, and everybody's trying to make it. I mean, when people say it's a hustle city, it is straight up a hustle city.
Yeah.
I mean, you get up in the morning, you see people, they grinding from the time the sun comes up to the time, which it never stops. I mean, literally, but to the time someone shuts it down, says I'm going to do it and start all over again tomorrow. It never stops. I mean, it's a hustle city. So yeah, I mean, and I believe it when they say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. It's the toughest place to make it in anything, in my opinion.
Is it because of competition?
There's so much competition.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many people doing so many things, but there's so many people doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah, and it's packed into like 100 square miles.
Yeah, take music, for example. Right. Some of the best lyricists to me come from New York. Yeah. I grew up in the South. I love Southern rap. So, and you listen to Southern rap, and of course, the majority of them come out of Atlanta. We all know that.
Yeah.
But you go to New York, man, and there's so many people rapping in New York, just like we were talking about earlier about the battle rap. Mm. That's everywhere. I mean, that's on street corners. That's in auditoriums. You know what I'm saying? That's in the hallways of projects. That's wherever. People rapping, people battle rapping, people. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make sure that people think I'm better than you.
Right.
So every opportunity they can take to let somebody know they're doing it. And this is
life is a competition.
It is, and I was seeing all this before social media. All this stuff was going on with me before social media. This is like 04, 05, 06, 07. All before social media. I knew about social media whenever it came out because a friend of mine was in college and he told me about it. So I'm like, hell is Facebook?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
They say Facebook started with college kids. It
did. It did. It started with college kids. So,
It was actually, Facebook was supposed to be the person that designed Facebook
designed this program, and it was supposed to be something for like Harvard or something like that.
Right.
It was supposed to be an internal program for the students at Harvard so they could connect with one another because of the fact that something like the school is so big and they had so many students.
Right.
And they were able to, it was like a social platform that you could contact so-and-so that you never see because you don't have any classes with them or something.
Was it like mostly supposed to be about like homework or, because it's Harvard, so it's got to be hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So it's just like, hey,
well,
I have difficulty with this. I heard you did good.
It was a student project.
Right.
And then he was just like, I made it. I'm taking it public.
Yeah.
And Harvard got mad as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
They got mad.
Well, hell, I
were
would be mad. Look at that money. Look at that money he made, bro.
One of the richest people in the fucking world now.
I mean, how many billions of dollars is he worth now?
Exactly.
I mean.
I think he only topped out by who? Amazon, the dude.
Jeff Bezos, richest man. I'm pretty sure richest man in America, richest man in the world right now.
The Amazon guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bezos.
That boy off the chain.
Starting in his garage.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
With a banner like that said Amazon.
What?
Above his
you know what Amazon was first, right?
No.
They sold books.
Yeah. It was
a book sales company.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it was.
So Amazon was Barnes and Noble. Now it's Barnes and Noble.
It was,
right?
It was Barnes and Noble online.
It was Barnes and Noble online.
That's what it was. Seriously.
And
That's
a lot
crazy.
and actually, speaking of Barnes and Noble, a lot of the people that would go to Amazon, because they did get very popular for selling books.
Right.
People that would go to Amazon, Barnes and Noble would blacklist them and keep them out of their stores.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Because of the fact that they're taken away from sales. They would blacklist them like the people nowadays that'll do.
Oh, now you
can't
shop at Barnes and Noble anymore because you're Amazon now. Is that what they would say?
You can't sell at Barnes and Noble anymore because you're on Amazon.
Wow. Okay.
Because you're taking stuff from our store. They can't come to our store and buy it. They can sit at home and
that's messed up. That's messed up.
And also, what is it? Audiobook or what's that?
Audible.
Oh, yeah.
Audible.
Yeah.
Same thing with that too. If you put your shit
love
on Audible, they'll be like,
no Barnes and
I
Noble.
didn't know that.
I fucking love Audible.
Audible's pretty cool.
Barnes and Noble's some cunty bitches.
It sounds like they some hard asses is what it is.
Well, they don't want people taking away from their business.
Yeah, I get it.
The first experience I had with Barnes and Noble was in Southern California when I was in college. I lived in Costa Mesa, and I was right across from the second biggest mall in America in a place called the Cape. Mm-hmm. And if you're down there in SoCal, man,
stop looking at the camera.
About. You know where I'm at. I love the camera, but you know where I'm at. But I went there, and they had it was the biggest store ever. I was like, what the fuck is a Barnes and Noble? It was huge. I went in there. I was like, it's a bunch of books. Let me see what I can get. And I was getting books and getting books and getting books, and I just couldn't find time to read what I had to because I had college work.
Yeah. And
that shit was just crazy. How I was like, a bookstore is the size of half Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's upstairs and downstairs. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, this might as well be a fucking library.
Well, that's essentially what it is. But you got to buy the books and you get to keep them.
Yeah, but I'd much rather rent and give them back. It's cheaper.
That
$40 for $48 a power.
Well, that's why you can thank Amazon now.
Got him.
Yeah, I'll just let it fly.
That was a good segue right there. Clean. Eat that, Barnes Noble. Eat dick, bitches.
Pretty much.
But shoot, man, we was talking about your biggest guy you ran into, and your closest you came to Starstruck. Tell us about the closest you came to Starstruck.
And then we're gonna stop talking about your modeling career.
I love modeling.
I met a lot of people. I said, closest thing to Starstruck, like I said, when I met Tyson Beckford that night, we was at a agency after party. I think our agency had thrown this party somewhere. Mm-hmm. And all these people were just there.
Model bitches.
Yeah, it was a lot of models there. There's some beautiful women there. Tommy Hilfiger was there, like I said. Dude was just...
Faced.
He was plastered out of his mind. I don't think he knew where he was at. So
that's so funny to me.
He's just dancing, these so women all around. And
not giving a fuck.
Yeah, he don't care. I mean, Tommy Hilfiger. Why would he? So Tyson Beckford's behind me, and I hear him talking to, I guess the guys in his entourage, and he's talking about going to some other club. And I'm 17 years old, and I'm like, oh my God, Tyson Beckford's behind me. And this is the guy I'd seen on the polo ads and everything, and I'm like, oh, this guy's amazing. Who is he?
Top
and
shit.
Until I found out who he was. And I knew before going into modeling who he was. It took me a little bit. And then I was like, okay, yeah, that's that guy. And which in that industry, everybody knows everybody, but everybody knows who the top guys and women are. So, of course, it's no secret that he was the top guy. And so I'm like, man, Tyson Beckford's behind me. So, I'm looking behind me, and my manager's standing to the right of me, and I'm like, hey, man, that's Tyson Beckford. He's like, oh, so... I'm like, dude, it's Tyson Beckford. He's like, so what? He's your competition. I said, it's Tyson Beckford. There's no competition.
Yeah.
And,
top of the totem pole.
That's it. Yeah. So I said, man, I got to talk to him. He said, don't talk to him. He's gonna think you're sucking up to him. I don't care what he thinks. So I turn around and I'm like, Tyson, man. He's like, hey, what's up? I said, man, you're amazing. I love you, man. I want to be just like you. And he's like,
he hit him with the fanboy.
I didn't care. I don't care. No shame. I don't care. He's like, looks at me, he's like, oh, man, oh, you will. Gives me a hug, and I'm like, I want to talk with the world, Tyson Beckford just gave me a hug, told me it's going to be just like him. Of course, I'm thinking that's going to happen. And, so you can't tell me nothing. I couldn't fit through the damn door. My head was so big, And
that's so, yeah, that feeling, though.
Yeah,
like, I'm killing it, son.
That's Tyson Beckford, yeah, it was amazing, and, of course, I didn't want to get, obviously, too big-headed because,
she was like, what, 17?
My mom
18?
always made me stay humble. Yeah, 17.
Oh, yeah, so it wasn't not keeping, it was...
Still.
Yeah, it's done.
But that was the only time I'd ever felt like I was starstruck because that was kind of like the first big-time celebrity I think I'd met ever. And then, after that, it seemed, I guess, you could say routine, not to sound cocky.
Common after that.
It was common. You seen people everywhere, Maybe you're walking down the street and see somebody. I seen Hulk Hogan walking down the street one day in Times Square.
You go, hey, brother.
And I'm like, hey, dude, Hulk Hogan, what's up, man? And, dude's like 6'6", 6'7". He's a big dude. He is
did not
huge.
know he was that
Yeah,
tall.
I'm like 6'2", something like that, 6'3". Dude, 6'7". I'm at his shoulder. And, he's walking through Times Square with the all black on, bandana, cut-off sleeve shirt.
Hold on, this is Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan.
I'm talking about he was dressed in Hollywood.
No. He was wearing all black.
That's
dude,
the Hollywood
cut
hope.
off sleeve shirt, you know, like just walking through Times Square, and I'm like, hey man, what's up? So I pull this book out I had. I was writing my castings and everything down in it. I said, man, you sign this for me? He said, yeah. Sign this. Here you go, brother. You know. And one of the guys was like, somebody who was with me or around me was like, hey, you still watch wrestling? He's like, man, I don't watch that shit, man. I watch Jerry Springer. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, and
Hulk Hogan
whatever. He
watches
keeps
Jerry
on walking.
Springer.
No big deal.
I don't give a fuck.
Hulk Hogan watches Jerry Springer.
So, I mean, yeah, so that's just kind of how common it was to see people. I mean, it wasn't
After
a
a
big
while,
deal.
it's just like, that's a guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man.
You know, it
See?
was,
Man,
Do you still stay in contact with any of them?
yeah, I mean, I have my manager, Rodney Harris. Shout outs to Slam Management down in Atlanta, Georgia. Great people.
Shout out.
I'm with them and represented by them. They take care of me. Great group of guys down there. Yeah, I still keep in contact with some people. You know, hit them up every now and then. Just say hey, keep in contact, and yeah.
You ever inadvertently been in like a dangerous situation?
No,
No?
because you kind of know where not to go. You know?
Like sometimes you just be like, well, I've got the experience of just being places.
Yeah,
just,
you have. I mean, some of the most random situations.
Yeah, you just hanging out and then you're just like, oh,
Yeah,
some crazy shit's happening.
catch a few bullets, right?
Yeah, just one. You catch one about a couple yards away.
Again?
Yeah.
Or you're in school, you know, and somebody brings a machete, right?
No. I was walking it. I was down the road. I was in my own neighborhood.
The machete wasn't in school?
No, wasn't in school.
Okay, I thought it was in
no.
school.
So that was there. I was hanging out. Came and got me.
Well, I guess I've been fortunate enough to avoid all those situations.
Man, say what's up, God? What's the deal, bro? You know what I mean? Yeah, he clean. I ain't.
He's like, dude, you're still here, right?
Yeah, I know.
Shut up.
Hey, you live to tell about it, right?
Yeah, but like, damn, fucked up.
You got some battle scars.
Lots of them.
And chicks dig them, so don't worry.
Exactly.
Chicks
That's
do-
telling a story right
Chicks
there.
do dig the scar.
Right.
I'll give you that.
There you
I
go.
was like, I ain't never seen one like that. I'm like, yeah, I'll see you something else you ain't seen either. Yeah.
Got a little scar on that from when I was a kid.
Oh shit! Well, that's why I carry a gun.
Among many other reasons.
I am, yeah. But I'm pro Second Amendment. It's all straight though. Pro Second Amendment.
I am, yeah. I don't see anything wrong with the gun. The gun's a tool like anything else.
Exactly.
You know, it's what you do with it that matters. The gun is not going to get up and shoot someone. If we laid a gun here on the table,
Preach.
unless someone touched it, it's not going to hurt anybody. You know?
Preach.
So I'm not going to jump on the side of the NRA. I'm not going to do that because I have my reasons. I do not fuck with the NRA.
I'm part of the NRA. Okay?
But
We're listening.
Hear me, I'm going to tell you why.
We're
I'm going to
listening.
tell you why I don't. I'm going to tell you why I don't.
All right.
In Minnesota, back in 2000, and I believe it was 16 or 17, when Philando Castillo got killed.
Yeah.
He got pulled over. He is legally carrying his gun concealed. He tells the police officer, I have my weapon. You don't know because you can't see, but dash cam footage, police officer says, don't reach for it. He goes, I'm not reaching for it. Cop shoots, I think, 7 times, kills him in the car with his wife and his child in the back.
Right.
Okay? We all saw that.
Yeah.
Now, here's my problem with that. The officer done his job. If he felt like the guy was reaching for it, maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. We will never know. The problem is the NRA did not come out and speak on the behalf of Philando Castillo, who did not have a record, who also had his gun legally obtained with his permit and had informed the officer, which is what you're supposed to do, by what most officers tell you, and he followed all the rules. He complied. He done all the things.
Yeah,
he done all the things you're supposed to do according to what we're told. And not one time did I hear the NRA come out and say, "Hey, you know what? This was wrong.
Yeah.
You acted unjustly. You did not do what you're supposed to do."
I hear what you're saying.
But how long ago was that?
This was 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
I hear what you're saying, but like when it comes to that particular situation, like you said, like we're such in a culture right now to where you either side with this or side with that. It's kind of dangerous for any company to say anything about anything.
Well, the NRA's not a company; they're an organization.
Yeah, they're organization. But the thing is, like with all the bad they do, it's kind of like it's always good and bad and everything. You know what I mean? So I side with the NRA because like for all our Second Amendment rights, like there's no one fighting harder.
I can agree.
You know what I mean? So, like, even though you might have fucked up in this situation, but if you go away, then who's to stand up for us?
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I do believe that you obviously have to stand up for whatever it is you believe in.
Right.
Okay. So on behalf of gun advocates, yes, NRA is doing their job.
Right.
In the broad scheme of things, very broad. But I feel like that also in these type of situations, they can come a little closer to the situation and address it. I don't think there's anything wrong personally addressing something, even for something as big as the NRA.
Yeah.
You know, this is just my opinion. I feel like they could have done a better job to speak out, and especially with a legal gun carrying member.
Right.
You know, I mean, this person done nothing wrong.
Yeah, he just got pulled
Was
over.
he
and then
was he a member of the NRA?
I don't know that.
He was. I guess they thought he was skittish, or well, I don't know. Who knows what's going on? They
Well,
said
I mean,
the dad cam is there.
Now, that everything being said, anybody that doesn't have a criminal record can get a gun permit.
Right.
Anybody.
Right.
They could be a schizophrenic. They could
Yeah.
be a psycho. They could have just never gotten caught.
That's it.
Yeah, as long as you
And
ain't.
so, if you got a gun on you, and it's legally,
Yeah.
the NRA might not back that up because of the fact that you're a fucking psycho. And I don't want that kind of bad people into what I'm doing because, yes, they may have no criminal record, but what was their social record?
That's true.
I mean, that guy could have been, they could have been like, this dude pulls that thing out all the damn time talking about,
I'm gonna shoot everybody.
what up, dog?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you got to look at it like that, too. And they could have known the guy. He could have been pulled over quite a few times, had a good lawyer, never got convicted of anything.
True.
And then they're just like, well,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and
And
again,
it's on your demeanor, man.
yeah.
If you're sitting there like this saying, hey, man, I got a gun. It's concealed. I have a permit. It's in my wallet. With your permission, I will pull out my wallet and I will show you
right.
the permit. And then after that, with your permission, I will pull out my gun and I will hand it to you.
It's kind of sad you gotta
You
do
know
all
what I
that.
mean? Well,
It's sad that you gotta do it. It really is.
it is, but
Yeah, but
Keeps you alive.
if you were a cop and somebody's like, I got a gun on me, you're like, okay.
radar automatically goes off.
And they go,
Yeah.
they got a gun. That person can kill you at any time.
You have a gun. You have a vest on.
Not if they
What?
shoot you in the face,
Yeah.
dude.
Or shoot you below the
I don't
waist.
get the-
Just
Yeah, but
below
I'm
the
talking about
vest.
like when you dealing with people, you deal with people appropriately. Now, if someone's like you said,
Now,
man,
the cop could have been a
he's
dick,
been
too.
The guy's
True.
complying. The guy's been nice, and he's telling you everything.
Yeah.
This is happening. That's happening. He's got a family in the car with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys know he want to have a shootout with you. Girls like that and the babies in the back. I mean, come on.
But it's on the
But,
demeanor of the
you know,
person.
you don't
Yeah.
know that, and in their defense, you don't know what their intentions are.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you might see a child and you might see a lady in the front seat, but you don't know that his intentions are something malicious. You don't know that.
Exactly.
So they could be on some Bonnie and Clyde shit. Is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
You never know.
That might not even be his kid.
Yeah.
That might not even be his wife.
At that point
He's
in
like,
time,
listen,
he might
bitch,
not.
you say anything to the
Yeah.
cops, I'll kill you and your
Yeah,
fucking
he might.
kid.
He might not care
Shut up.
about their life, about their well-being. It's about him getting away.
Y'all niggas is gangsters. I just want to let y'all.
You gotta assume
Nowhere
everything.
close. Nowhere close.
Assume everything.
Y'all some G's right now. Y'all talking about some G shit, but that was a real gangster. Just let y'all know that the whole scenario was gangster as fuck. But I feel what y'all saying. But back to NRA, I think that like them as an organization, they pick and choose their battles, and they do have the ability to kind of what would you call it, like a micro, to focus on something small.
Yeah,
If
I
they-
know what you're saying.
If they need to, I mean, like you can do that, but like I still side with these guys because, like I said, they're at the forefront of the Second Amendment defense, and they're the company that the government looks to. They're like, oh well, we're gonna change this, but we gotta worry about the NRA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna do this, but we
Yeah.
gotta worry about the NRA.
Yeah.
If those guys stop existing, then we're gonna just
Well, the NRA
legislation's
is
gonna walk all over us.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Yeah.
They're taking the time to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, if you get that administration that wants to take away gun rights, wants to take away guns from people,
They're gonna be
it
like,
very well
what?
could happen. You got to have some sort of defense. So I agree with what you're saying. Take it a step further. I guess we'll dive a little bit into politics here, if you don't mind.
Don't mind at all.
I'm gonna go make another drink. You guys go ahead.
Go ahead. So
And no disrespect, I just need another drink.
when you hear, for example, Bet O'Rourke, isn't he a congressman from Texas? Running for president right now on a Democratic ticket.
I don't know. I don't keep up with those guys.
Anyways, he was the guy that was running against Ted Cruz, almost beat him. So right now he's running for the nomination on the Democratic side.
Right.
So I don't know if you saw it, but he had talked about a week ago maybe. His statement was, "Hell yes, we're going to come for your AR-15s. Hell yes, we're going to come for your AK-47s." For whatever reason, these people, when something happens, a mass shooting, which is absolutely terrible. Let me say that first and foremost.
Exactly. It is a terrible, terrible thing. It
Absolutely
really
terrible. So everybody understand that. I don't condone any type of violence, any type of killing, any type of malicious behavior from anyone. So when these things happen, it's like people jump up, in droves. The first thing they want to do is confiscate.
Right.
Well, here's what I don't understand. Prison, being a place of confiscation, they still have weapons. People get stabbed every day in prison. People get high every day in prison.
Facts.
Okay, so what makes you think that if you somehow, some way, which in my opinion would never happen because we have the South, if you go and disarm,
second Civil War for them.
it absolutely would be. If you go and you disarm the American people, be it a total confiscation, a buyback program, or just honestly chipping away at those small rights, little by little, until you realize you don't have any more Second Amendment rights.
They doing it right
and
now.
it absolutely is happening.
Yeah.
So what makes people think that they're going to, stop all violence? Last time I checked, drugs were illegal.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, meth was illegal.
And
Last time I checked, heroin was illegal.
Motherfuckers is fucked up down
But
here.
people are fucked up. People are overdosing every day.
Exactly.
The motherfuckers that make Narcan are making money on money. Why? Because people are buying it like crazy so they can fucking revive all the fucking addicts every day they overdose.
Yeah.
So
it's money.
Knowing that these things are illegal, what makes you think that they're not going to happen? What makes you think people are not going to get a gun and go kill someone?
I said, listen, when it comes to criminals, the thing about being a criminal is not following the law. That's what makes you a criminal.
Right.
So you war on drugs, don't take drugs. We're gonna put you in jail for drugs. Is that working?
Never worked.
No, they're actually leaning towards making drugs illegal, or making drugs legal.
And then you got prohibition. Don't drink alcohol. Did that stop anybody from getting drunk?
Now look how many people got rich.
Exactly.
That's how the mafia got started.
Exactly.
But that's fucking crazy. So don't take guns. We're gonna take all the guns from the people that are law-abiding and need to defend themselves.
And that's
who you left with guns?
Exactly. This the criminals. Because last time I checked, criminals are not, convicted criminals, let me say that, are not going to go to Walmart and buy a gun to go shoot up fucking Home Depot.
No.
They're not doing it.
No, they're going to go to somebody else, buy it privately, and not tell nobody about it.
Or break in the pawn shop like happened a couple weeks ago and steal a bunch of fucking
guns.
guns.
Steal stuff, man. If you got, I'm just theoretically speaking, if you were to have a record and you were want to obtain a pistol somewhat legally with no dead bodies on it, you find somebody that's willing to sell their gun. You sign a little piece of paper, or you have
a person-to-person sale.
Yeah, person-to-person sell, and then you buy a gun like that, and you don't tell nobody.
Right.
You don't tell nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody.
Right.
You got your little piece there. Something happens, I'm willing to go back to jail. I'm cool.
Yeah.
But at least I know my family's safe.
Yeah.
Right.
Judged by
But
12
if
is
you
a
guys
carried by
like
6.
me, if you guys like me, you just own a bow.
You can do that too. Anything is a weapon if you want it to be.
Exactly.
So
you gonna ban sticks?
And see that hay bale out there?
Yeah.
Out there out the door?
Mm-hmm.
I can literally stand it right there, put it in the bullseye.
Yeah.
That's 40 yards.
Yeah.
So
we can all go to Walmart right now and buy a bow.
Yeah.
not a good bow.
We can buy a bow and kill somebody with it.
Kinda.
I mean, you may not be an expert archer at that point.
I
It may
can
not be
go
the
buy-
best bow.
I can go buy a whole frozen chicken and put it in a bag and fucking bludgeon you with it.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Gross.
Anything can be a weapon if you want it to
that
be.
thing, I got it, bud. You got it? Yeah, you grab the battery. Oh. Go ahead and grab the battery.
I got it. I'm already ahead of you.
Oh, you on the ball, homie.
But yeah, man, it's like they can still hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just technical
difficulties that we go through every podcast.
Every single one. But yeah, anything can be a weapon. Like I said, man. Like you can have a bag of chicken. If it's frozen, it's a blunt force. It's a blunt object.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, yeah, and that's the sad thing. Is we're focusing
You
on.
can go down to Walmart and buy a baseball bat too.
Can't do
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Kill plenty of people with that.
But this shit is crazy. Like when it comes to Second Amendment, they seem to be focusing on the weapon as opposed to the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bad people kill people, not the weapon.
And I don't hear anybody talking about how we visit and deal with our mental health issue.
Like in general.
Well, I mean, when we talk about this, somehow, some way, whenever we have a mass shooting, the first thing that happens is that person was mentally unstable, mentally disturbed. They showed
Yeah,
signs.
because they're on damn antidepressants.
Well,
and
yeah.
fucking shit like that.
And of
Stuff
course,
for bipolar disease.
Yeah,
and-
and the doctor's just throwing pills at these people, and then they just, fucking tip over one day, and they go haywire.
Yeah.
or they get off their medicines and go haywire.
Or that, exactly. So we're not addressing the problem. It's like anything else. We're trying to fight the symptoms right here.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
maybe
put
that, maybe
Band-Aids on
that,
stuff, just
maybe
Band-Aids.
that. Right. That's all we're doing, putting Band-Aids on a fucking cut that probably should have a lot of stitches in it.
Yeah.
No, but see, in that cut, or what caused that cut, is billions and billions and billions of dollars. So if they stitch that thing up,
Oh, you're drying up a lot of people's money.
exactly,
Then
and
we
a
create
lot of
a much
people's
bigger
money
problem.
are what keeps you in office.
It's true. So we will never address the real problem here. It's not going to happen because it's too beneficial to the people, masses, us. It's too detrimental to those that are letting it happen. And I
Can they
don't mean
get
to
money?
sound like a conspiracy theorist here,
You just gotta
but
understand.
that's
In
the
God,
truth.
we
that's
I
trust.
mean, that's just the truth. That's why weed's not legal.
And like I said,
Because that
in
would
God
get
we
rid of
trust.
a
God-
ton of opioids.
yeah, exactly.
And Big Pharma's like,
Absolutely not.
I do not want fucking weed legal because I can't control it.
Big Pharma
Exactly.
is not in the business of. They talked about.
It's not in the business of
of healing.
cannabis.
They're not. Yeah, and they're not in the business
Like I
of
said,
healing people.
it's on the dollar. In God we trust. Gold, oil, and drugs.
Well, I mean, hey,
That's just it.
there's truth in that, Yeah, on your take on Big Pharma, they're not gonna do what they need to do to heal people. They're a business,
Yeah.
$1 billion business.
I can
So
eat-
And
they're
they'll
gonna
make a drug for everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
You got
Does your butt itch all the time? Take this
You
pill.
got a
May
symptom,
cause
here you go.
anal bleeding, but your butt will not itch no more.
You might die tomorrow while taking this pill.
Exactly.
Take this.
Your butt might be bleeding.
I mean, seriously, just listen to some of these commercials and the side effects
side
whenever
effects
they're
are
talking
crazy.
about it. The
And they
side
say it fast
effects.
as fuck. Anal bleeding. Discharge. Possible death. In severe cases, contact your doctor. If you're dead, sorry.
Right. You may
It's just
have a
one-
heart attack
It's
tomorrow.
one of them things. You remember, like, they'll have the ones where they're like, oh, take this drug. This is the new miracle drug. And then a few years later, if this drug killed you.
Right.
And
And
your
there's a class,
family member-
there's a class action lawsuit going
Class
on
action
here.
lawsuit, Viagra. If you have
Right.
erection more than 4 hours, call your doctor. I'll tell you right now, if I have erection more than 4 hours, I'm not going to be the one that needs to go to the fucking hospital. Period.
Nice.
I'll be a driver.
I'll
be a
take you
driver
to the
like this.
hospital.
And I drive with my dick. I just,
Oh, she's laying in the back in agony. Why'd you have to go to the second hole? The first one wore out. I don't know what to say.
Hey, I had to do
You
something
need to
about
do
this
some
problem here.
Exercise.
I was waiting for it to go down.
Right. Yeah.
They say it should give you a 10 of blue.
Waste not, want not. You know?
What's the tint of blue about? It's like, if you see a tint of blue, go to the hospital. A tint of blue.
No,
You look at a
never
person,
heard that.
everything looks blue.
Never heard it.
You never heard of tint of blue? Bro, look it up.
I know that the
Viagra.
Halloween, the autistic people that have severe autism,
Okay.
if you see them at your front door and they look like a full-grown person, they have a blue bucket.
Oh, yeah.
That's autistic. Yeah,
Or it's an autistic kid.
Yeah. Give him
So
some
give him
candy.
Give 'em some
Candy.
candy.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember that, Anthony. Just
Yeah.
give him some candy.
I mean, man, like, that's a hustle, though. If I,
I know
wanted some
Anthony's
candy,
already got his blue bucket sitting
I got
back
a
there
blue bucket
in some
somewhere.
kind of velvet cloth. Like, I'm going to get some candy. I'm going to walk up
Okay.
like, I trick or treat.
I got a question. Who's gonna play caregiver? You know what I mean? Because we can go make some money. We can go get some candy right now. I'll be the blue bucket guy. Yeah.
I can't be involved in that one.
You can't.
I can't do that. No.
They count on this guy. I can count on this guy.
Yeah, because he'll push me aside. They'll try to give him like a star kiss or something. He'll be like, nah, Snickers.
Reach his hand in there.
Take one. They try to pull the bucket back. He grabs him by the shirt. Snickers.
Like, oh shit, he's so strong.
I mean, like,
This strong ass kid.
I'm like, don't move. Just
Don't
don't
move.
move.
Right?
Snickers. Anthony,
Take that whole bucket. And
Anthony,
dump it
they
in
got
my
Snickers too.
That's the plan. Listen, nobody dime me out when I go to the next neighborhood over, okay?
There you go. You
Nobody
got your
dime
Halloween
me
plan.
out. God, I need a costume then. It's got to be like ridiculously small.
Don't they have a Party City here now? Or Halloween City or
man,
something
but
like that?
listen, you model size. You ain't got to deal with fat people issues. Listen, nothing fits for fat people. Okay?
Well, no, the best costume
Nothing.
for him, if he's a large autistic kid, is a costume that would fit you. And you just would just stick him in it, everything roll
See?
out. And like, I'm that man.
No.
I'm that man.
So clearly, they're gonna look at you and say something's wrong with this guy. You know, like
I'm that man.
he ain't been able to
You
fit
know
in this
what?
costume since he was 10.
You know what? Y'all might be on the
See,
side.
there you go.
Y'all might
I
be
probably
on
got
the
a few
side.
left over at home.
Batman, have a Batman outfit with Mr. Poopy Face.
Hey, don't get. Oh yeah, the Mr. Poopy Face is the shit. It's
go.
literally the shit. I can
you
pull
go.
it off. I can pull it off.
You got your Halloween
Listen,
costume.
man, don't be hating on all my candy I get either.
No. Why don't you share the wealth?
Like, congratulations, you're now diabetic.
Diabetes. Who's that guy? Who is that guy? Diabetes.
That's the guy I believe plays on that show, The Ranch. He plays the veterinarian. Remember on those
I ain't never seen The
commercials?
Ranch.
Anyways, he's on there and he plays the veterinarian. Remember those commercials, like what, late 2000s, early 90s? I got diabetes.
Diabetes.
Never said diabetes. It was like, I got diabetes.
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 Why you say it like
I have
that?
no idea what you guys are
You've
talking
never
about.
seen this commercial?
Bro, I don't watch TV.
The diabetes commercial
It's
guy?
a diabetes. Like, it's a meme. It's been around. It's been circulating for a couple of years now. It's that guy. Look it up.
I'm good.
Because hilarious.
I got diabetes.
He always just doing some random, like, everyday country guy shit. And it was like, you never knew that I have diabetes. And he just
Look
it up.
There you go.
I gotta find it.
We need a tech guy. Do you know anybody that's a tech guy?
I don't.
Because we could pull all that shit up right there on that big screen right there.
Here it is. Look.
Here it is. All right, let's hear it.
the diabetes.
Oh, that's the dude from that movie.
What movie?
He's from a fucking old ass movie.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Damn it,
What was that? Cocoon.
Never seen it.
Old movie back in the 80s, probably before both of you were born.
Never
I was
heard
born
of
in
it.
'86. I'll have you know.
Yeah, this was like 85 it was made.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
So
I
you
remember
were
watching
like,
it.
so you were what?
Like,
2?
like 6.
You were no. You were born like 82,
I was born in 83.
83. You
But
said
by
that
by the time I seen it, it was before 1990.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So yeah, Cocoon.
The movie Cocoon.
I've never seen Cocoon.
Diabetes.
Well, apparently the dude in Cocoon had diabetes.
Yeah.
Diabetes. Yeah. Now I remember. I remember seeing that commercial. I was like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
But when black people say something like that, then it just like,
Diabetes.
yeah, it's like I'm thinking some redneck guy with a
Damn.
Confederate flag across his chest. You know, I got diabetes.
He's
I'm like, wait a minute. Oh,
he's so hungry.
that's such and such. That's a dude that actually is like live with healthcare and shit like that. You guys are like, you talking about him like he's some fucking.
he's fucking hilarious. Diabetes.
Diabetes.
I tell you, you have a.
Okay,
I want to do. Oh, go ahead.
so you want to start a podcast?
I do. Yeah.
Based off of the podcasts that you listen to, what would you say yours would be more similar to?
None of the ones I listen to. I listen to a lot of sports podcasts. I listen to some political. I listen to Daily Show sometimes. There's a few, I cannot remember the name of them I listen to, just ones that I see, and I'm like, I like that. Click on it, listen to it. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my guy. I'm gonna wait and see if you listen to my guy.
Who's your guy?
Who else? Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I listen to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's hilarious.
He's the guy.
The shit he says is, yeah.
And
And the
people he have
stories he has is amazing.
Yeah.
The things he's done, it's crazy.
on. Yeah.
Well, that's why he's the guy. The reason why this podcast exists.
Yeah. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, he's so broad. Dude
Yeah.
has everybody on there. Alex Jones on there. And I remember him, I was listening to, he had Charlie Murphy on there one time.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, all of Eddie Murphy stories and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, like crazy shit that happened. He was telling stories about Richard Pryor, all this stuff, like just amazing stories. And I love listening to it because, like I said, one, he's pretty damn broad.
Yeah.
Very smart guy. He's able to talk about a lot of different stuff. And some of the characters he has on there are just fucking hilarious. Some are very informative.
Joey Diaz.
Yeah. Who?
Joey Diaz. What's up, cocksucker?
Oh. I think my favorite one was when he had Alex Jones on there and he was talking about abortions and fucking aliens and shit.
And
like
Al
that.
Jones was stoned like a motherfucker.
I don't know if he was stoned or if
Was
that's
it
how he
with-
normally
was it
is.
with,
I mean,
Is that the guy who's talking about the aliens and shit like that? Talking about
Yeah, it's Alex Jones, but was he with
he was by himself on this one.
he wasn't with Okay. No, it wasn't the one I'm thinking of.
Okay. He was
You
by
gotta see
himself
that
on this
one.
one.
I already listened to that one.
Okay.
You go.
Yeah, he was by himself on that one.
What about like Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson? The guys that have the theory of the Big Bang. It wasn't a Big Bang. It was more of a not Big Bang. How the Ice Age ended.
I haven't heard that.
It was a comet hit the. Oh, you should listen to
I
that.
have not
shit.
heard that one.
Dude, you're gonna go. Whoa.
I haven't heard that one.
It's legit.
Definitely gotta
That's
check
a
it
good
out. Okay. Nice.
I've been listening to Joe Rogan probably for 600 episodes.
Okay. I started listening to him maybe about a year and a half ago.
I started listening to him episode
we probably
735.
started about the same time.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
About 735.
Okay.
And we're what? 1,300 in now?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, like
Yeah,
before,
that's where I started listening to Joe
Nice.
Rogan.
like before you told me about the Joe Rogan experience. He was just the UFC guy, the UFC guy who does all the commentating.
In actuality, he's a fucking comedian. And that's what
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
That's
his
pretty funny.
staple.
Just his stand-up alone is pretty good.
That dude
I
was
like
fucking hilarious. He's the reason I started stand-up comedy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Legit. Him
Okay.
and Bill Burr.
so when
And Joe
if
Diaz.
you meet
Bill
Joe
Burr's
Rogan,
funny.
you're gonna lose your shit.
Oh, yeah, I'll fanboy.
Yeah. Complete starstruck.
I'll fanboy the fuck out. But I'll bring my bow. And I'll go in there and I'll shoot at his little art. He's got an archery video game.
Okay.
That it's a big ass screen that you shoot at with real arrows with dummy tips on them, and
Nice.
a buck pops up or whatever, and you hit it and it gives you a score. I'll be
Okay.
like, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up with my bow. I'm gonna be like, let's go shoot.
Awesome.
First thing I want to do, I want to see if you can outshoot me. If you can outshoot me, I'll fanboy the fuck out. If you can't outshoot me, you're just a regular guy.
You gonna
Nah.
tell Joe Rogan's a regular guy?
You don't tell Joe Rogan he's a regular guy. You run the
He's a
risk.
pretty badass
you run
guy,
the
too.
risk
He's
of
a
him
pretty
kicking
bad-
your ass.
Hey, he
No, he won't kick my ass. It'll be, and I'm gonna say it like this: you're just a regular guy, and I don't mean that in any disrespect whatsoever. I mean that more as in to me.
Okay.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
About to say Taekwondo.
Like I'm not trying to go up against Cameron Haynes
Yeah.
or anybody like that. I'm trying to go up. I'm going up against Joe Rogan that just started shooting maybe 3 or 4 years ago,
Okay.
and I've been shooting my whole life.
I
You
got
know what I'm
I
saying?
got what you're saying. I got
It's
what
like,
you're saying.
okay, yes, you're very successful. You've done it all, but I can do this too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I
And
feel
now I want to learn from you about the whole podcast game.
Yeah.
Or let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Let's do the podcast.
Okay.
I would love to be on Joe
You have
Rogan,
to,
man.
you
That
have
would
to
be
Oh,
go
yeah.
into an apprentice stage.
yeah, that would be like it just because what I'm very in agreement with the majority of the shit that he says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very in agreement.
So like you said, you're
So, yeah.
super fanboy.
Yeah, I'm a super fan, but he's the reason this podcast started. He's the reason that I got into comedy. He's the reason I started going to the gym. All by listening to him, that fucking daily motivation, that and listening to the people that he talked to, and starting to fucking listen to them, and then da 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 da. Fuck. Get
like-
up and do something stupid. Stop being a worthless shit.
It's like me and Ronnie Coleman.
Let's
like
go.
When I was really, really into powerlifting, Ronnie Coleman was my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. He just like you look at him, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Guy's a monstrous guy. He's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
But he's like, well, let's get started. And he picks up 1,000,000 pounds.
dude.
His voice does not match his body.
He's so country.
well, let's get started. Yeah, here we go. Leg pressing 2,500
But
pounds.
like what I'm saying
Jesus.
is, I don't fanboy anybody. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm not a. Oh my God! Can you believe this is the guy you gotta? But like Joe Rogan.
Totally different.
Who would you
don't-
fanboy?
Me? Huh?
Who
I
would
would fanboy. Obviously Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman. When you said
They're more of idols. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hate to interrupt you, but they're more of idols.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's an idol. That's a person that's been there, done that, is done it successfully. Is a person that you can learn from.
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Whether it's somebody that's famous and everybody knows, or only you and a few other people know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Makes sense.
the type of people that you not necessarily idolize, because you're not supposed to idolize anybody.
Right.
But people that you, when they say something, you listen and you think about what they said,
Yeah.
as opposed to just hearing it and
In a way you look
going
up to.
on about your life.
Yeah.
No.
So who do you
Yeah.
idolize?
Oh.
I'm about to say my second one would be Justin Timberlake.
Come
That
back
guy
to me
can
on
sing
that
his ass. That guy can sing. That guy,
He can
sing.
Justin Timberlake?
Justin Timberlake is the shit.
First time I
he
heard,
do it all.
first time I
can
heard
sing.
"Sexy Back," I guess I had a gay moment because I was like, "Sing it!" Hell yeah. And then I found out Justin
JT's
Timberlake,
shit.
and then I had a fucking gay moment, and I was like,
Take it back.
I still don't give a fuck. Sing that motherfucker. You sound good as fuck. I'd stick it in your
Jonathan.
something.
I gotta admit, Justin Timberlake does make some great
He
music.
does. And he try to PC it. He try to PC it.
You ever been accused of that before?
What?
It's being
Yeah, like
politically
3
correct.
times already just in
Just-
the past,
just here. Just
45 minutes.
In life in general, you're so PC.
You so
Really?
PC?
Yeah.
You know, so but I don't know. You gotta delve into.
I mean, I guess
don't
there's-
give a fuck about what.
Yeah, I guess for whatever reason, I feel like I stay middle of the road. I don't want to offend anyone. Not that I really give a fuck, but it's just for whatever reason, it's almost like it's become a habit. To
You
be
gotta
PC.
You gotta kind of give a fuck if you consciously do that.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? But at some point in time, you know, it's just like
No,
You can't
don't
always
listen to
be
what
in the
he's
middle.
saying.
I like-
Don't
honestly-
listen
Can't
to what
always
he's
be in the
saying.
middle, bro.
Because if you change the way that you are,
It won't be me.
You'll lose this nice, relaxed look that you have, and you'll turn into somebody that looks like me, as he says, resting anger face,
yeah, he does.
to where people just don't even want to fucking talk to me.
He looks
Okay.
pissed all the time.
Yeah.
Look at him.
I mean,
And I'm not. I'm a nice guy.
right. I mean, he's a nice guy. I don't get that vibe at all.
Yeah, but you know that. But like, if you didn't take time to talk to him at all and just saw him sitting somewhere and he wasn't really paying attention, he's looking like
I feel like he might have a lot on his mind.
he's brooding.
You know, like there's okay. He's thinking
Like
about
this guy.
some stuff.
This guy definitely shouldn't have a gun.
It's like,
He's got some thoughts
see,
going on
my
up here. I
mind
don't know
goes-
what they
my
are.
mind goes other
He's got
places.
some
I'm
thoughts
like,
going on.
This guy might
you
be
know?
Batman. You know what I mean? Like he's brooding and planning. This guy may be Batman.
Oh, I got something about your Batman bullshit.
No, Batman's the best.
I watched the
Fucking
damn
talk about
movie. Batman brought Superman back to life because he knew he was fucking wrong. You fucking cocksucker.
Exactly, but
Shut up.
Who won the fight, though?
Superman came in because they were getting their fucking ass kicked.
Well, yeah,
And the only
Superman's
reason
big
that they
gun.
survived is 'cause Superman saved their ass.
Superman's
so
the big
Superman's
gun.
the fucking best. Let's go suck a
Superman's
dick,
the
bitch.
big gun. But somebody's got to plan the shit. Somebody's got to put together, and who's going to do it?
Superman fucking won that shit.
Why would you need playing if you have Superman?
Obviously, you
Thank
need
you.
it.
I mean, why? though?
Obviously,
You know what? Why don't
You
you,
don't
two just
need it.
trade seats right now? You'll be the guest. You could be my
I'll
new
be the
co-host.
guest. Listen. You need a plan because Superman can't.
You want to
always
start a
be-
podcast? You want to be part of the
I'm
Empty
here.
Tumbler Project?
I'm here. I'd love to be a part.
Yes. Listen, Superman cannot always win the fight
Superman always wins. The
Unless somebody comes with a piece of kryptonite,
or
yes, he
got
can.
magic. He's weak
What-
against.
what
He's weak,
magic?
He's weak against magic.
What? Who's magic?
Fucking Sinestro.
Who's Batman lost
Dr.
to?
Fate. Who's he lost to?
Yeah.
He lost to Bane.
Can Superman beat up Bang?
Yeah, like easy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who else has he lost to?
Let's see. He lost to Spawn.
Can
Wait.
Superman beat up Spawn?
Don't know. But Spawn's magic.
I'm pretty
He's-
sure
he's
Superman
hell
can
magic.
beat him.
He's
He's
hell magic.
Superman. They call him
True.
Superman for a reason.
Yeah, and he's
I
been
mean,
killed.
it's like he's the best.
like one death.
And he came back
What? No,
to
what?
life.
No. Actually, he was in a healing coma. One death, no deaths. And when it comes to like KD, like if you were like kill to death ratio, Batman's so winning because he hasn't died yet.
This is true.
But Superman's still alive though.
He had to bring back. He had to respawn.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, I fucked up.
He had to respawn. Exactly. Batman's like $1 million to know. He's got like 20 nukes. And you talking Call
Somehow, some way, he hasn't died yet.
If you talking Call of Duty language, he's got like 20 nukes.
Batman's a bitch.
Undefeated.
I'm gonna take Superman all day.
Yeah,
You know, Batman needs too much preparation, too many weapons,
Yeah, that's
too
what
much
makes
of
him
an
Batman.
edge.
Superman just comes in there and fucking eggs that shit. Bow! Shut up, stupid.
Man, he comes in and he's like, "What's going on?" And then when he hears and he gets beat up, and he's like, "Somebody help me! What do we do? I don't know how to beat this guy." Batman, figure it out for me.
That's what Batman does.
Yeah.
Did you see the last movie? Did you see the last? They were all getting their asses kicked, every single one of them, and then Superman shows up, fucks dude up.
No, Superman showed up, got killed.
Superman showed up, fucked dude up. I watched the movie.
You talking about Batman v Superman, right?
No, I'm talking about the last
Justice League movie?
Yeah.
When he came back kind of crazy.
And Superman got brought back to life.
He was kind of crazy.
It wasn't kind of crazy.
He wasn't focused yet.
And then he showed up while everybody else, the whole Justice League was getting beat up, and he kicked
was like,
that dude's
and
ass.
everybody was like, "Listen, we brought him back. We ain't want to hurt him." And he was like, "What's going on?" And he's like beating everybody up because they're like, "I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill you again, bro. We just brought you back."
No, that's not even how it happened at all.
It is.
Dude, I just watched the movie
Bro.
like 3 days ago.
Wonder Woman could have handled this motherfucker because she was.
And
like
she couldn't, apparently, because she's getting slapped around like the good little bitch that she is.
She's hot as fuck. What's her
Yeah,
name?
she's hot as fuck.
Gal Gadot. Oh my god.
She's pretty hot.
Yeah. Well, if I see
Yeah,
her,
I just did that.
If I see her in public, take me to jail because it's happening.
Fair warning, all right?
like this.
Take me to jail. I'm just gonna pull my dick out. Helicopter.
At a restaurant. So he's just gonna be like,
Whip it out.
Is that Gal Gadot? Yeah. I'm gonna pull it out and just get off on the table where I'm at. Just boom, right there. Doesn't
Well,
matter.
now she knows.
Be warned,
You
Gal
got
Gadot.
us on live?
Yeah, I got us.
Are we still moving?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm froze up on my screen. That's why.
Oh yeah, we good. But yeah, this is just happening. But when they got there, they brought him back. They didn't want to kill him because they just brought him back. And we all know that Batman don't never get rid of nothing. So it ain't like he ain't still got.
Oh,
the
was
kryptonite.
he a hoarder or something?
Always. Always.
He's a hoarder.
He's a hoarder.
He's like, Batman don't get rid of shit.
He don't. The dude still has fucking a T-Rex
He
sculpture.
still has
in the
what's
Batcave.
his damn butler's body sitting
Yeah.
in the passenger seat of his Batmobile. Fucking fag.
We're riding shotgun now. But yeah, this is happening. But when he got
The
there,
hoarder of Batman.
I'm not saying that he's not a lunatic. Like they just brought him back.
In all actuality, Batman's a real.
No, that Batman.
I mean, think about it. You'd have to be a
Like he
lunatic
ain't
to.
still got
Oh, was
the
he?
kryptonite.
Was he a hoarder or something?
We're riding shotgun. Yeah,
You know, I mean,
But,
come on. something's got to be wrong with it.
But when he got
The
there,
hoarder of
he's
Batman.
like, I'm not saying that he's not a lunatic. Like they just brought him
In
back.
all actuality,
I'm insane,
Batman's a
but
real-
no, that Batman.
I mean, think about it. You'd have to be a
Like, would I have
lunatic
to-
to. Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Does he think Batman can keep himself in check? You know, I mean,
But
come on. something's
yeah,
got to be wrong with it.
But when he got
The
there,
hoarder of Batman.
I'm not saying that he's not a lunatic. Like they just brought him
In
back.
all actuality,
I'm insane,
Batman's
but no, that Batman's like.
I mean,
A bunch of little
think about it. You'd
bats.
have to be a
Like,
lunatic
would I have
to.
to-
They're
Oh,
like-
was he? Does he think Batman can
They
check?
just look at him like that.
You know, he's a prince. Something's got to be wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he's not a lunatic. Like they just brought him back.
in all actuality,
I'm insane,
Batman's
but no, that Batman's like. In case you didn't pick
I
that
can
up.
tell.
They're like,
In case you didn't pick that
they just
up.
look at him like that.
You know, he's a prince. Something's got to be wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he's not a lunatic. Like they just brought him
in
back.
all actuality,
I'm insane, but no, that Batman's like. In case you didn't pick
I can
that
tell.
They're like,
In case you didn't pick that
they
up.
just look at him like that.
You know, he's a prince. Something's got to be wrong
Who knows he's Who knows he's Batman? I'm not saying that he's not.
Everybody, he's fucking Bruce Wayne.
I'm insane, but no, that Batman's like. In case you didn't pick
I can
that
tell.
They're like,
up. In case you didn't pick that
they
up.
just look at him like that.
You know, he's a prince. Something's got to be wrong
Who knows he's you talking about in this world? For some reason, people are that stupid. In case you didn't pick
I
that
can
up.
tell.
In case you didn't pick that up.
They just look at him like that.
You know, he's a prince. Something's got to be wrong with it.
Who knows he's You talking about
Everybody, social media is working. They need to catch up with the times.
You talking about
Everybody, social media is working. They need to catch up with the times.
You talking about
Social media is working. They need to catch up with the times.
You talking about
Social media is working. They need to catch I'll take that. I'll take that.
You talking about
Social media is working. They need to catch I'll take that. I'll take that.
you talking about
Social media is I'll take that. I'll take that.
you talking about
I'll take that. I'll take that.
you talking about
I'll take that. I'll take that.
you talking about
I'll take that. 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 With the little trolls and shit, I was sitting down a dark hall and fucking ever, dude. I was like, one second, you know, out of me and fucking not good. I think with the little trolls and shit, I was sitting down a dark hall and fucking ever, dude. I was like, one second, you know, out of me and fucking not good. I think little trolls and shit. I was sitting down a dark hall and fucking ever, dude. I was like, one second, you know, out of me and fucking not good. I think little trolls and shit. I was sitting down a dark hall and fucking ever, dude. I was like, one second, you know, out of me and fucking not good. I think little trolls and shit. I was sitting down a dark hall and fucking ever, dude. I was like, one second, you know, out of me and fucking not good. I think little trolls and shit. I was sitting down a dark hall and fucking ever, dude. I was like, one second, you know, out of me and fucking not good. I think little trolls and shit. I was sitting down a dark hall and fucking ever, dude. I was like, one second, you know, out of me and fucking not good. I think little trolls and shit. I was sitting down a dark hall and fucking ever, dude. I was like, one second, you know, out of me and fucking not good. I think little trolls and shit. I was sitting down a dark hall and fucking That's Not again.